What is your American dream?
I'm from Chicago, my parents are from the Philippines, and my American dream is to have world peace. I think that it all starts with teaching each other how to love one another, and that will set the path for a positive future.
I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. My American dream is peace on earth.
I was born in Moscow. My American dream is I really want to get good education and I want to do my favorite things in the future.
I was born in New Jersey. My American dream is to hit the mega millions so I can take care of my family, my friends, and myself.
I'm from Belgium. My American dream would be that between youth people we have deep conversation about our faith, about how we see life and how we can live together.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Brad is back! Brad is back! Did you hear? Brad is back! Brad's back! He's better. We have a show today.
Yeah, I know. I'm so excited.
I know, me too! Carmela, Brad's back! Brad's back and we're gonna have a show today. I'm so excited!
I'm excited myself.
And guess what? Hold on. Today is International Women's Day, and I would like to offer you this lovely rose. Happy International Women's Day.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh my God! Oh my God! Brad's back! I gotta make it clean in here. Oh, I'm so excited! Brad's back! I'm cleaning. I'm getting ready. I want everything to be perfect for Brad. Oh, I haven't been this excited since last time I saw my shadow. Brad's back! Brad's back! Brad's back! Brad's back!
Yes, I had the flu, and yes, I had the flu, and now I'm back. Boy, that flu is terrible. It's horrible. Everyone should get the flu shot. I am now convinced everyone in the world should get the flu shot. That was terrible. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It was like one of those things where, you know, you had like this fever and it would come, it would go, and then all of a sudden you think you're feeling better, and then you get up and like the world is spinning. And if anybody, I'm sure most people who are watching, if anybody's ever had like a really bad hangover, you know, like, oh my God, you can't get your head off the pillow. Well, this was like a hangover that just lasted for like a week. I literally couldn't get my head off the pillow for a week. And by the way, thank you all for those who wished me well. I am back, I'm alive, and we're ready to go again. So I'm very sorry that we were dark. That's what they call it here. I'm a lawyer, but I'm now getting all the show business lingo. We were dark here in the studio for a little over a week, but I am back. I am feeling better than ever. I'm very energized and ready to go. The telephone number to call is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Our lines are open. We have Tosh from Gettysburg, Maryland on hold. Tosh, we're going to get to you in a few minutes, so just stay there right where you are. For everybody else, please call right now. Our lines are open, 1-800-529-5465. And I do want to take a look here at Facebook and say hello to everybody I have not said hello to in a long time. Lisa, Malaya, Vakisha Taylor, Tamika Nelson, Barbara Lord, Jella Shauna, Tanetso Bless Robinson, Sunita, who else is here? Carrie Ann Wallace, Cece Mitchell, Barbara Lord. I think I said Barbara Lord already. Who else is here? Patrona Collins, Jeff Bossi. Welcome back. And Rosie Boo. Rosie Boo. Have I said hello to Rosie Boo before? Maybe. I'm not sure. If not, hello, Rosie Boo. Who else we got here? Carol Anderson, the Tiger. How are you? And Christy. Who else here that I see who watches all the time? Carrie Ann Wallace, Dawn Harriet, Dionne Watson, Carrie Culver. Hello, Carrie. Christine Lewis Anderson, and Monica Stone, excuse me, Brenda Norton, and everybody else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. So before we even get into our show, I want to remind everybody, please share this with your friends and family. And the best way to share this with your friends and family is to actually share this on your timeline, share this on your friend's timeline, share this on groups that you may be part of. And if you are watching this show for the first time or second time or third time, or you're watching this on Law Office of Spar and Bernstein and not on the official Brad Show Live page, please like and follow the Brad Show Live page, and that way you are notified every time we come on. Right now it's me. Every time I come on, there is no we. Every time I come on, and that way we can get your immigration questions answered, your legal concerns answered, as well as also have a little fun. Telephone number to call, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. We have no idea what these numbers are going to look like today. I don't know if we're going to get 10 million people watching or 10 people watching or somewhere in between, because I haven't been on in a while. But I would like everybody right now to please share with your friends and family. Let's try to get these numbers up as much as possible. Let's try to help as many people as possible. And let's try to continue what we do well here, which is helping people and making people feel like humans, and also entertaining and laughing and everything else we do here. In the meantime, I would be remiss, I have all my news here, but I would be remiss if I didn't wish all the women out there, and we have a majority of women watching our show, sorry Jeff Bossy, and by the way, I know you called Kim and spoke to Kim the other day, and you said, can you tell Brad it's Bozy, not Bossy? I don't know, maybe I'm used to saying Bossy. Okay, Jeff Bozy. And probably I'm getting your name wrong anyway. But the telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. But for all the women out there, happy International Women's Day 2018. It is hashtag Press for Progress is what they are calling the celebration for Women's Day. It's actually odd because, in the United States here, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's now becoming a big deal. But in countries all around the world, this is like bigger than Mother's Day here in the United States. I mean, in the United States, it's like you got Mother's Day, you got Valentine's Day. A lot of people who are born in the United States of America don't know it's International Women's Day, but people outside of the United States celebrate this all over. It was first celebrated, just for anybody of interest, in 1909, 15,000 people marched through the streets of New York demanding improved pay, shorter hours, and voting rights. So even though it's like not a thing here in the United States, although it's becoming a thing because we're becoming more globalized here in the United States of America, and there's more people from outside who are born in other countries who are here and making it a thing, it actually started in the United States. But if you go, for example, if you go to the grandmas of the world in the United States of America, whoever these grandmas are who are born in the United States, grandmas who were born in the United States, and you say, by the way, it's International Women's Day, they would look at you pretty puzzled. If you said, in May, hey, it's Mother's Day, they would absolutely know what you're talking about. But it is becoming a bigger deal here. It was marked by rallies, panel discussions, seminars, networking events, performances. In New York, a rally was held in Washington Square Park in Greenwich Village. In Atlanta, the Women's Chamber of Commerce hosted a luncheon and roundtable on the state of the women. San Francisco hosted a benefit. And besides events in the United States, there were marches, celebrations, exhibits overseas. And I know for a fact that there are many women out there who are not born in the United States, who are living in the United States, who to them, this is Valentine's Day. You better celebrate Women's Day. You better be bringing the woman in your life flowers. Every woman should be getting flowers on International Women's Day. Okay? It's like Mother's Day for people who are born here who don't understand. That's what it is. So how do you celebrate International Women's Day? We celebrated by working here in the office, but I will tell you, it's true, I have in my office right now a whole bunch of roses. Okay, so the staff came in and said, Brad, did you send yourself roses today? I go, yes, I sent myself roses today because I will be giving them out later on after the show to the women in my life as well. Telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. Tash, hang on. Veronica Atherton from California, hang on. You also called. We have a whole bunch of other people calling. Call right now to get your immigration questions asked and answered. We're going to be getting to your immigration questions. Oh my God, there's so much news to go through here. Should we go through news? You know what we should do? We sent out Patrice and Belgium Kim and Brittany, there's two Britneys here in the office, but I don't know. Technical Brittany. We're going to come up with a better name than Technical Brittany. We sent out Technical Brittany, Belgium Kim, and Patrice out on the streets to see what women were doing to celebrate Women's Day. Let's check it out.
Hey Brad Squad, New York City has weathered the storm and we are out to celebrate International Women's Day. We are asking people what their message is on this International Women's Day, and everyone who answers gets a flower. Happy International Women's Day, everyone.
My message for International Women's Day is for everyone to join together, all women of all ages and all sizes and all shapes, to support and love one another, because today is such a beautiful and special day.
My message on International Women's Day is to celebrate empowerment of women.
My message on International Women's Day is that women should stay independent, go out there, do things for themselves, and if you want to achieve something in life, you will definitely achieve it just if you just stick your nose out and go for it.
My message on International Women's Day is for all women to keep moving forward.
My message for International Women's Day is equality for women all over the world.
I hope for the international days, that's today, is that every woman is just reach the potential and every man help her. I just hope that every man in every part of this world understand that the women are just the same. We are equal in every aspect, physical, mental, emotional, and we can reach the same goals.
So I am out of roses, but we have talked to some amazing people with really empowering messages on this International Women's Day. It seems like their theme of press forward is alive and well. Until next time.
All right, so that was International Women's Day on the streets in New York today. And I got to ask Belgium Kim if she gave that last guy who gave that beautiful soliloquy, if he got a rose too. And if he did get a rose, I wonder if he thought that Belgium Kim was hitting on him. I don't know. We got to find out, because there was more roses in Belgium Kim's hands than people who answered questions. What happened to the rest of those roses? Did she give it to that guy? I don't know. We got to find out. Telephone number to call, 1-800-529-5465. And I was just looking up. I said, I wonder, while we were doing that, I said, I wonder if there's an International Men's Day. How come the men don't get celebration? And apparently there is. It is on November 19th. And it's celebrated in more than 60 countries. It focuses on improving health for men and boys, championing positive male role models, boosting gender relations. I can tell you, I have lived 49 years across November 9th. Was it November 9th? November 19th. I've lived 49 years. Nobody on November 19th ever wished me happy Men's Day. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Jill, November 19th, we're going to have a big celebration. Happy Men's Day. Roses for me. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Veronica, we only have 2 people on hold right now. We're going to get to everybody in a second. What else is happening in the news? Trump administration sued California over immigration laws. Ha! We'll see how that goes. California is an absolute sanctuary state, so local police, local courts, local jurisdictions are not going to hand people over to immigration. Trump sued them. We'll see how that goes. Oh, this is cute. I like this story, and then we're going to get to immigration. I like this story. Did everybody see Michelle Obama meet the 2-year-old girl who was captivated by her portrait? Apparently there was, we talked about it, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks ago. We said, the Obamas had their portraits done by very famous artists, and it's up in the National Portrait Gallery, I believe down, where's the National Portrait Gallery? In Washington, D.C. So Michelle Obama's picture's up, and over the weekend there was a 2-year-old little girl, and there's a picture of her who was just, we'll get her name, Parker, and Parker was captivated by Michelle Obama's picture. She just sat there for minutes and minutes, just staring, captivated by the photograph. And there was a gentleman, what's his name? We'll get his name, Ben Hines, a 37-year-old from North Carolina. He was standing nearby to the side and watched the moment unfold, and he took out his cell phone, snapped a photo of Parker, who was mesmerized by Michelle Obama. It went viral, this picture, and after it went viral, people were begging Michelle Obama to go meet this little girl, Parker. Now, in the course of 4 or 5 days, this little girl, Parker, went from just a little girl who picture went viral around the world to now, I mean, she's lived almost like a full life in only 2 years, to now dancing. Michelle Obama went to meet her and danced with her danced with Parker to Taylor Swift's Shake It Off. Do we have a video or just a picture? No, we're not going to show any video, okay, because it's probably part of the NBC Olympics videos. Who knows what it is? But there is a video. You can go watch it. We don't show videos here anymore unless it's a video of us. But Michelle Obama and Parker, it was really cute. Go watch the video. It was such a cute little thing, and I love that story. And what is ironic about the whole entire thing, at the unveiling last month, how what's the word I'm looking for? When you're almost like not proficient, but clairvoyant, or like you were able to almost tell the future. At our portrait's unveiling last month, Michelle Obama said, quote, she was thinking of young girls when she was doing this portrait, and she was thinking of young girls who in the years ahead will come in this place and see an image of someone who looks like them hanging on the wall of a great American institution. And I know the kinds of impact that will have on their lives because I was one of those little girls too. And here just a week later, it already happened. So that's a great story. All right, let's get to immigration. No, but I love that story, and I thought it was such a cute little picture and a cute little video. You should go watch it. 1-800-529-5465 is the number to call to get your immigration questions asked and answered. 1-800-529-5465. Please share this with your friends and family. Tell them now we're coming to the immigration stage of our show, the stage where you actually get help from somebody who knows what they're talking about. Me. I really know what I'm talking about. Trust me when I tell you that. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Tosh in Gettysburg, Maryland. Tosh.
Hey, Brad.
Hey, how are you?
I have a question. I'm great. So I got approved for my permanent resident card, but then it came and the date on it is saying that I've been a resident since 2017, and I just got approved February 28, 2018. So the date is incorrect.
How do you know you got approved? How do you know you got approved February 2018 and the date's incorrect?
Because my paperwork was sent in August 2017.
Okay. But how do you know? In other words, maybe the approval notice is incorrect and they approved you in December. I mean, you don't know what's correct, right?
But it's saying I just went in February 28, 2018.
Right.
And my adjustment was August 2017.
Oh, your adjustment. Your adjustment. You went in for the interview in August 2017.
No, I went in for the interview February 28, 2018.
Oh, you went for the interview February 2018.
Yes.
Okay, and the card says that you've been a resident since December 2017.
No, it's saying since February 28, 2017.
Since February 28th, 2017. Oh, so it's off a year.
Yes.
I understand.
And
all right, so it's a typographical error. In the computer system, you are 2018, I promise you. Okay? What you may want to do, just so you have a proper card, is file an I-90. There's a little checkbox that says, I got the card, was sent to me with incorrect information. You shouldn't have to pay a new filing fee. But you would have to return the card, get a new stamp in your passport, and they'll mail you a new card with the right date on it. But you're a permanent resident of the United States. That's the most important thing.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All right. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the time to call Brad. Get your immigration questions asked and answered. I can't even begin to tell you, I met with 3 different people today. All screwed up cases. Even one kid, one case where the mom was given wrong advice by an immigration consultant and said, as long as your husband files for your son before he's 21, he's eligible for a green card. The thing the consultant left off is that the marriage to the mother had to happen before the son turned 18. It happened 1 week after the son turned 18, and they had a long engagement, only because she got very bad advice. And now the son, after years and years trying, he's now 22, didn't get his green card. And there was like mass hysteria in the office, and rightfully so, because this woman got bad advice from a consultant. There is such bad advice, and I heard 2 other stories, horrific stories about bad advice. I am telling you, okay? I am telling you, there's good advice here. Tell your friends. Call right now. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Veronica in Atherton, California. Where's Atherton, California, Veronica?
It's near San Francisco.
Near San Francisco. I just read an article that San Francisco, I didn't even know this, has the highest real estate rents in America.
Yes,
Yeah, right?
But I don't live there.
You don't live there.
Yeah, I don't live.
Right,
No,
you're smart.
I'm just on a job. Yeah,
Right.
I work. I live in Staten Island, New York.
Oh, you lived in Staten Island, New York, but now you're
I'm
in
on
Atherton.
a job here.
I see.
I'm on a job here.
I see.
So I'm going home next month.
see.
But
Okay.
Yes, Brad, welcome back.
Thank you.
And sorry to hear that you were sick.
It was misery. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but I'm back.
Oh, my
I'm good now,
goodness.
but thank you.
Yes, but you're telling us people to take the flu shot. I don't take it, and I don't get flu.
Well, I want you to know something. I will be taking it every year. I never want to feel like that again. I don't care. You know what? If this thing kills me, the flu shot, they say, oh, it's not bad for you. It can kill you later on in life. You know what? If it takes a year off my life, but I don't get the flu ever again, I'm happy. All right, that's my 2 cents on it.
Okay.
All right. So what's going on?
Okay.
Okay. So what's going on?
I did my the affidavit of support for my grandson, my 2 kids, and myself 4. But my tax was short by $1,200.
Wait. You did an affidavit of support. 1 second. You're doing an affidavit of support. Who you're getting a green card, or you're sponsoring your family?
I'm sponsoring my family.
Okay,
so
fine.
You're
sponsoring your children.
Yes, and my grandson.
Okay, so how many people besides you are you sponsoring?
3.
Okay, and how much money are you willing to share? What your income is?
Sure. It was $29,100.
Okay,
$29,100.
So that's not enough.
Yes, and
Right.
so I need 30. I went online. I looked it up. I need 30,750. But they sent back and said my son, one of them, I need to do an affidavit of support for him. So and I own a house in Staten Island,
right?
And I have my bank account, And so, can I use my bank account and my real estate, my house?
You can, but it's very difficult to do the house. I'll tell you what you need to do for the house. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So for your real estate, they have when you get your real estate taxed. Okay, you have to value your real estate. So you can't just say, my house is worth $500,000. My house is worth $1 million. Okay, you just can't come up with a number out of the clear blue. So in other words, the government gives you a real estate tax, and the real estate tax is based on what they say is your assessed value of your house. So you have to take the assessed value of the house from the government. You got to go to your local clerk's office or county clerk's office or wherever it is, get something that says this is the assessed value of your property. Okay, then you have to show if you have a mortgage or no mortgage, and if you have a mortgage, how much you owe. So let's say the assessed value of your house is $500,000. I'm making it up. I have no idea. I hope you live in a $10 million mansion, but let's say it's a $500,000 house. Okay, all right, and you have a mortgage of hypothetically $300,000 you owe. So you have $200,000 in equity in the house. You owe $300,000. What you're allowed to do is take the difference in the equity that you have in the house, which is the $200,000, but you have to be able to demonstrate all this. That's why you get the assessed value, and you get any mortgage, and you show your mortgage payment, and you take the difference. So now you have $200,000, and you're allowed to take 20% of the equity that you have in the house and add it towards your income for the affidavit of support. So let's say you have $200,000 in equity in the house. That would give you 20% of 200,000, I think is 40,000 if my math is right. So you would add that to the value. The house is much easier. Bank statements, money goes up and down all the time. So what you would have to do is show literally 3 years of bank statements and then take
3 years?
Yeah, because they're going to say, how do we know this is even your money? Okay, so you got to go 3 years of, I would suggest do 3 years of bank statements and show that money was there the whole entire time. Okay, otherwise they're not going to. Otherwise they're not going to accept it. The easiest thing in the world. I'm telling you the truth. The easiest thing in the world is just go ask a friend to give a tax return and sign a piece of paper. But you can do it either way. But you can do it either way.
Yeah, because I have a lawyer, and the secretary is telling me that I should do the house and do my bank account. Because they're short of like $1,200. It was short of $1,200, so they're going to multiply it by 5.
Right.
I think she says. So if I have more than that in my account by
it's the same.
5,
It's the same. It's not the multiply by 5. You get 20% of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
So so that's where the 5 comes from. 20 times 5, I guess. But it's 20% of whatever the value is. All right. You get to add
so
on
if it's 1,000 multiplied by 5, it's like a couple thousand.
No, you don't multiply. You don't multiply times 5 the money you have in the bank. You get 20% of it. So if you have $1,000 in the bank, you only get to add $200 of that into whatever your income is.
Oh, only $200. So if suppose I have 20,000, how much they're gonna add?
What's 20% of 20,000? That would be 4,000. But you would have to demonstrate. You can't just say I have $20,000 on February 15th. You have to demonstrate that 20,000's been there for years.
Oh, okay.
You understand? Or they're not going to accept it. Hold on if you need help, okay? We can help you. Hold on. 1-800-529-5465. That's the number to call. 1-800-529-5465. If you're shy, like myself, you're too shy and you don't want to call and speak to me. I don't know why. I don't bite. I don't scratch. I don't claw. But if you're shy and you don't want to call 1-800-529-5465, you can always leave a message on Facebook, a comment on Facebook. And we have Belgium Kim. And Belgium Kim knows how to read English. And she's going to come on, even though she's from Belgium. I think they read English in Belgium. No, they speak French, but she learned English because she grew up in North Carolina. And she's going to come on and read all of your questions to me. So if you're a little shy, but I don't bite. I like to speak to you. Give us a call right now. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Rob in Alexandria, Virginia. Rob.
Hey, Brad.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, it's funny that when you were saying if anybody is shy, I almost hung up the phone.
What? Why'd you almost hang the phone up? Oh, if you're shy. No, you're good. You're good. No, you're like, oh, I'm shy. Click. All right. What's your question? Don't worry, you're cool.
So I know it probably has been talked in your show earlier, but what's the process for the people getting a citizenship who have a criminal convictions?
What do you mean? What's the process?
It's
the same. All right. Well, to answer your question specifically, to become a citizen, it's the same process whether you have a criminal conviction or not. You do the N400, you do the biometrics, you show up for an interview. Now, it's really what's the law? Am I entitled to become a citizen if I have a criminal conviction? And my question back to you is, what's the conviction? Where was the conviction? When was the conviction? What was your punishment? And then I can tell you.
Okay. It was, I got convicted back 2016 for domestic violence. I was in Alexandria, Virginia, and it was, you had a guest on your show. His name was, I forgot his name, but he was a criminal defense lawyer.
Right.
And a lot of things that he said in your show resembled, a lot of people plead guilty, not knowing what was the consequences,
right.
And then represented by a bad lawyer.
Right.
So it happened to me.
And where did this happen? In Virginia?
Yes.
Okay. When did you get your conviction for domestic violence?
2016.
Okay. And when did you get your green card?
I got my green card in 2011.
And were you living in America prior to 2011, or you came to America with your green card?
I came to America in 2011.
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from, Asia.
Asia. Okay.
Yes.
It's a big continent, Asia. Let's
Yeah.
we don't need to narrow it down any more than that. And my question to you is, what was your sentence when you pled guilty to this domestic violence? Did you go to jail? Did you pay a fine?
No,
What happened?
So when a lawyer in court, he came to me and he was like, okay, so if you plead guilty, then you don't have to go to jail, or you're you don't have to go to trial, but you have to plead guilty, and that's all. So I plead guilty, and then no jail time.
Did you have to do community service? Did you have to pay a fine?
Service.
Nothing.
No fine. Nothing.
Do you know if you pled guilty to a misdemeanor or a felony?
It was misdemeanor.
It was a misdemeanor. Well, this is the deal. Okay. Number one, you're not going to become a citizen anytime soon, unfortunately, because you pled guilty to a domestic violence offense within the last 5 years. So you're not even going to even think about citizenship until 5 years from the time of the conviction, which would be 2021. And then you're going to call me back on my show. Hopefully there's still a show.
Yeah.
All right, there should be. People like me, so it should be. You're going to call me back on the show, and you're going to say, hey, I spoke to you 3 years ago. Am I ready to go? And then I'll let you know what the laws are at that point, because who knows what crazy Donald Trump is going to do. But right now, you got to wait until 5 years, 2021. Your other issue is now, I'm not a expert in any stretch of the imagination on what the penal law of Virginia is. I will say this, okay? A domestic violence offense is a deportable offense. As soon as you plead guilty to it, no matter what you pled guilty to. On the other hand, an assault offense would only be guilty if it's something more than a petty offense. So in New York, a misdemeanor assault with no jail time would be considered a petty offense, a one time. I don't know in Virginia, because I would have to read what the penal laws are. So it depends on what is the penal law. Did you plead guilty to something that says you committed a crime of domestic violence? Did you commit a crime of assault, an attempted assault? Did you do something different? Did you, plead guilty to a disorderly conduct? I don't know. So a lot will depend on, first of all, you're not going to become a citizen, unfortunately, till 2021. You got bad advice from an attorney if you weren't told that, and you may want to try to vacate that conviction. But number two, I'm more concerned about, did you plead guilty to something that would make you deportable? So what I would suggest to you is this, okay? And I'm not going to be able to solve the problem on the show, because I need to do two things. I need to see your disposition, and then I need to see what the laws of Virginia are, and I can't do that legal research while I'm on a live show. So what we do is going to put you on hold, and I think you should have a consultation with us. Prior to the consultation, go down to the court, get what's called a disposition, which is a letter from the court saying this is what you're charged with, this is what you pled guilty to, and you're going to email the client service member who makes the appointment for you to speak with me. We can speak over the phone. You don't need to come to New York. You're going to email her the disposition and a copy of your green card, and then I'll do the research before the consultation. I'll get on the phone with you, and I'll tell you exactly where you stand.
All right, perfect.
All right, hold on one second. All right. Well, if I can, this computer works. There we go. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Please tell a friend to tell a friend, because if you can't tell a friend to tell a friend, then what? Why? Why can't you tell a friend? I had no answer to that. Sometimes I talk and I don't have an answer to what I'm saying. If you can't tell a friend to tell a friend, then I don't know what the answer is. But you should, because there's a lot of people who need help here. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Lisa in Queens, New York. Lisa.
Hi, good evening.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
What's going on?
I did my interview from November, and I still haven't heard from them.
Interview for what?
For a green card.
Okay, who's sponsoring you?
My husband.
And where was your interview?
Long Island.
In Holtzville, New York?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you did that interview, you said it was what month and year?
November.
Okay. What happened
last year?
What happened at the interview? Tell me what happened.
It was okay. He had just asked me some question, and everything went well. And he said to me, "I will receive the card within the next 4 to 6 weeks."
He said you were going to. He said you were approved.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he said, but you just have to do some background check.
Okay.
Which I said, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And up until now, I haven't heard nothing.
Okay, because maybe your background check didn't clear yet.
I did call USCIS.
And what'd they say?
But I did they sent me an email stating that they're still verifying stuff.
Okay, so this is the story. Number one, when you call USCIS, you're calling an outside contractor. You ever call a bank after hours and then you speak to somebody in another country?
Okay, 1 minute. I don't cut you. You know what I did before too? I did call and they said to me, oh, they sent out a letter and I will receive the letter in 15 days. Up until now, I don't receive no letter.
Okay, so, and you don't know what is in that letter?
No,
okay.
But then I received the email.
All right, so this is the story.
But then I received.
All right. I don't mean to cut you off, but now I'm going to cut you off. Okay, so let me give you some answers. All right. So number one, everyone has to understand, including you, Lisa, but everybody has to understand, when you call USCIS and the customer service number, you are not literally speaking to anybody who is an actual government worker. You're speaking to a contractor who is contracted out by the U.S. government to answer the phones for USCIS. You speak to nobody with power. You speak to nobody who has any inside information on your case. All they can see is that you have a pending case. It was approved. It was denied. Basically, they can see the same exact information as if you were to, do the thing online where you put in your case number. So they have very limited information, and they really don't do a lot for you other than give you an update. It's not like you call them and they say, yes, I'm going to get on this right away. You're going to get an answer. They don't really do any of that stuff. So you got to wait. You got to wait 120 days. This is kind of the Brad rule. Okay? It's
But
not,
you don't think 120 days is because it's from November the 7th?
Well, I'm not done answering. Okay? So you got to wait 100 you got to wait 120 days. If it's 120 days, which is 4 months from November 7th, so that's December, January, February, March, we're at 120 days. You called right at the right time. You still haven't heard anything. This is when it's time to get an attorney involved. Okay? Because it's going to be one of three. One of three. Okay? I don't know the answer, but it's one of three. Either one, they don't believe it's a real marriage. If they don't believe it's a real marriage, you're going to get a letter going back for a second interview. Maybe that was the letter they were mailing, maybe not, I don't know. Number two, your background checks have not cleared. There's a problem with your fingerprints. If that's the case, we got to follow up on that. Or three, you just got a lazy officer who said he was going to approve you and just put your file aside and never did anything. It's one of those three.
Okay.
I don't know the answer. So that's why you get a lawyer and we'll start harassing immigration and try to get an answer for you. All right, but calling up the 1-800 number is not going to solve your problem. It's not doing anything. It's not greasing the wheel to move things forward, if you understand.
Okay, but I did make an appointment to see you next week.
Fantastic. So then we will see you next week. If you get your green card before that, cancel it.
Okay.
All right, hold on one second.
All right.
You're welcome.
I did make the appointment already.
I know. Oh, okay, fine. All right, so then we'll see you tomorrow. I mean, whenever.
Okay.
Next week, next month, whatever. Okay? All right.
Okay.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go. It's a computer problem here. Beverly in Queens, New York also. 2 queens in a row.
Hello.
Beverly, what's
Hello?
up? How are you?
Okay. I did a petition for my son from 2010. He got approved and everything. Last year they sent for me to do the last stage, but he has been here from 2014. So they keep telling me that if he go back home to collect his paperwork, they're going to bar him from coming back.
That is very true.
Okay. But
Who's
I got
they, by the way? Who is they?
Lawyers.
Okay. Has the lawyers, ever told you the term provisional waiver?
Yeah, they did tell me about that.
Okay, so that's what needs to happen. He needs to do a provisional waiver. If he goes home, he's been eligible for it. You filed for him in 2010. He's been eligible for his green card for well over a year now. Okay?
Yeah, he has been. It's been over from last year. They said that
He's been eligible, correct.
Yeah, I know. I got everything. But the only thing they sent me a letter that he could adjust his status.
He can't.
I don't know.
Okay.
He
so
can't.
No. All right. Let me stop. I'm going to have to cut you off. Okay. And I'm going to help you right now. Okay. Number one. Okay. If he's over 21, correct?
But when everything started, he was under 21. He didn't. When he gets approved and
Were
everything.
you a citizen before he was 21 years old?
No.
Oh, yes or no?
No.
Okay. All right. So he's not an immediate relative. Okay. You became a citizen after 21. So that doesn't, and you could only adjust as an immediate relative. How did you get your green card?
My son.
Okay. So your son filed for you. You were an immediate relative of your son. That does not make your other child 245I, so he doesn't get the opportunity to pay the penalty fee. So right now, I mean, we could go further and further to dig in to see whether it's 245I or not, but right now, it looks like no 245I, you can't pay the penalty fee. What country is your son from?
We're from Jamaica.
Okay, so he's from Jamaica. Let me finish. Okay.
No, let me just tell you this. When I got the paper and approved and everything, they say that if he was going to turn 21 in a couple months, I should let them know, which I did.
Beverly, I understand everything you're saying to me, okay?
Okay.
Now you have to let me help you, okay? All right, let me help you, okay? Let me put your mind at ease. I get it, okay? You filed for your son. You filed for him before he was 21. You became a citizen after he was 21, so that's all that matters. Once you became a citizen after 21, whether you notified them or not that he was turning 21 is irrelevant. This is the law. If you were a citizen before he was 21, he gets his green card here. If you were a citizen after he's 21, he's got to go home. No ands or buts about it. Now, I want to put you at ease a little bit, okay? All right. So, it is correct, your first statement. When you first got on the phone, you said, I was told if my son goes home, he can't come back. And the answer is correct. He can't come back because he has violated immigration laws. He has overstayed his welcome here in America. He is out of status. He's illegal. He's undocumented. Whatever word you want to use, he has overstayed his welcome here in America. And the penalty for overstaying your welcome in America is if you leave America for any reason, whether it's to get your green card, you want to travel home, somebody's ill, you can't come back for a decade. Okay, 10 years. We don't want, but hear me out, okay? I want you to understand. We don't want your son to go home and stay home for a decade. Okay, now when he goes to the U.S. Embassy, he doesn't have a criminal record, I assume, correct?
No.
Okay, and he's never done anything else bad with immigration. He's never lied to the government. He doesn't do drugs. He's a good boy. Good boy. So he
got 2 kids here too.
Perfect. So now the only reason when he goes back to pick up his green card, he has one reason and one reason only why they would not give him his green card. He lived here illegally. He was undocumented. He overstayed his welcome. If you do what's called a provisional waiver, and that is done while you are here in the United States, if you do a provisional waiver here, the waiver, what people say, what is a waiver? It means we are going to overlook whatever we are waiving. So the provisional waiver says we're going to overlook the fact that you lived here illegally, you were undocumented, you worked here illegally. So we're going to overlook it. So if you get that waiver and you go home to pick up your green card at the U.S. Embassy, the officer is going to overlook the fact that you were undocumented, you worked here illegally, you stayed here illegally. Okay? They can't use that against him. Okay? So now the only way that he could be denied is he has a criminal record, he has drugs in his system, he's lied to the government, you're not his mom. Period. Okay? So as long as we're good on all of those other 4 fronts, no criminal record, he's never lied to the government, you're his mom. And obviously given that good affidavit of support, then he gets his green card in 2 weeks and comes back. I will tell you, I know for a fact, and although prior successful results don't guarantee a similar outcome, but I'm going to tell you, every person that we have sent home from my law office with a provisional waiver has returned within weeks. Okay, that's what he needs to do. Hold on. Okay, because other than that, he's going to sit. It is so much better to do the provisional waiver than sit here in the United States of Donald Trump illegal and wait for immigration to come knock on your door. He can get his green card in this, and there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. Hold on.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
1-800, you're very welcome, by the way, Beverly. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go to Mario in Fort Lauderdale, Omar in Brooklyn, and then we're going to find Belgium Kim in our social media room and see what people have to say, comments, questions, issues, problems on our Facebook feeds at the Brad Show Live. Let's go to Mario in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Mario.
Hi, how you doing, sir?
Fabulous.
I am calling because I am an international student.
Mm-hmm.
I am on an F1 visa, and I recently got married to my wife.
Right.
But she's a U.S. Resident, not a citizen. So I was wondering if we should go ahead, or if she should go ahead and put through the paperwork. Would that be a problem? Would I lose my status as a student and all that?
You wouldn't lose your status as a student. The problem's going to be if you need to renew your status. That could be a problem. And the reason is this, is like, let's say, how many years left do you have of school?
2.
Okay, fine. So then I would suggest your wife file for you, because you got 2 years left, and then after 2 years left, then you get optional practical training for a 3rd year. Okay? So you wouldn't need to do anything with as long as you stay in school, you wouldn't need to do anything in terms of applying for a new visa status for at least 3 years from today. When you apply for a new visa status, part of the application process is saying, you know what, I have this non-immigrant intent. At the end of my visa status, I'm going to go home. But you can't show that if your wife has filed for you, you've shown an intent to get a green card. The reason you won't have a problem is it's only an 18-month wait if your wife files for you right now. So if she files for you, you're going to get your green card well before you have to change your status to some other status or renew, go to another degree program. So you understand?
Yeah. I understand.
Okay, so let your wife file the I-130. It'll take about 18 months, and you'll get your green card. It's not going to affect you. All right?
Thanks.
Where are you from?
All right, man. Jamaica.
Jamaica. Okay, hold on 1 second, all right? We can help you if you want.
Thanks.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Omar in Brooklyn. Omar.
Good night, Mr. Bernstein.
What's up?
All right, so quick question. I have a situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a 5551. I'm from Jamaica also.
Mm-hmm.
I've been married 3 years.
Right.
This June will make 3 years.
Right.
Me and my wife, we're not living together no more. But when I came from Jamaica, I was living with her. But we got into an argument which resulted into a domestic violence case.
Against who?
And she's trying for me to get deported.
Okay.
However, I was told that your services are good, and just following that.
Okay, so let me ask,
keep up the good work.
Thank you. I don't want to ask if you have a current pending case. I don't want to ask anything about it, and I don't want you to say anything. Okay.
Okay.
But I just want to ask an immigration question. Okay. I don't want to talk about the domestic violence. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead.
How many years were you married when you entered the United States of America?
I was actually married just 1 year. So
okay,
just
fine.
1 year
So you have a conditional.
Yeah,
so you only have a 2-year conditional green card.
Correct.
Right. And now I don't know what happened in your situation. When the police are called, certainly in New York City, when the police are called to a domestic situation,
It's not New York. It's over on the west side, Oakland side.
I'm sorry? Oh, okay, on Oakland side. Okay. But at least I don't know what the deal is in California, but I know in New York, just for everybody to know, if the police are called, someone's getting arrested. Okay? That's just and it's maybe the same in California as well. Now, what the issue is this. She can't, she may say, I'm going to take the assumption you're a good guy and you're completely innocent. Okay? I don't know whether that's true or not. You see, okay, but I'm just going to take that assumption, okay? All right, you seem like you are, okay? So the only way she's going to get you deported is to have you found guilty of a crime. Because if she writes to immigration and say, this guy Omar, he married me, it was a BS marriage, he did it just to get his green card, you're going to file to remove the conditions of your permanent residence, you're going to prove you lived with her, and immigration's going to take your side every day. Okay, because they're just going to say the U.S. citizen is calling sour grapes. Now, if you want to get you deported, you're found guilty of a crime, she presses charges against you, you're found guilty of domestic violence, that's a deportable offense. You're done.
Right.
You understand? So
Right,
hold on. So I don't
that
want you to talk about it. I'm just telling you what the deal is. Okay. So you have two issues. One, you got to remove the conditions, which means you're going to end up getting divorced from her. File on your own, prove it was a real marriage. That's not an issue, presumably. And then you got to be found innocent of domestic violence, because if you're found guilty, you're going to get deported. All right.
Right.
All right. Hold on one second. Hold on. We can help. All right. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Now we come to the part of the show where we're going to be answering your immigration questions that you leave on Facebook. We're going to be mentioning your comments that you leave on Facebook. We are going to be talking about whatever you're saying on Facebook. Now, I have not been reading it because I'm talking to you, but I'm going to start reading it now while we bring in Belgium Kim in our social media room. Belgium Kim! Kim! Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back. How are you?
So good to be back.
I have in my hand here, Kim.
What do you have?
The segments for the show.
Yes.
The segments for the show.
What do they include?
It includes Block C, 15 minutes answering questions about people who call on the show. I overdid that a little bit by about 45 minutes. So I kept you on ice back there in the social media room. I'm sorry, but better late than never. All right, I know lots of people have lots of questions, right?
They do.
Right?
They do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have been missing us. Brad Squad has been missing us. They haven't been getting answers to their social media questions for immigration.
All right.
So they are chomping at the bit.
I have two questions for you before we get to all of your Facebook questions, and we got to answer them very fast. Okay?
Ready.
Number one, how many flowers did the guy get in the Man on the Street from you? And did he think you were hitting on him? Quickly.
So he got two flowers.
Got 2 flowers.
And he did not think.
He did not think that you did like, here's 2 flowers, and he's like, hey, what are you doing later?
Hey,
nothing?
what are you doing?
Nothing like that. Okay.
I think he was too respectful on
all
international.
Right, very nice. And
I
then,
did, however.
Yeah. You saved one.
I kept
you kept one for yourself.
It made
was very
happy.
nice. It was very nice.
Happy.
Of course. Okay, and number 2, it makes me a little curious. How did a woman who claims she grew up in Belgium from birth to 10 and North Carolina from 10 to 22 have no Belgium accent nor Southern accent?
So they both come out.
I just thought about this just now.
So my Southern accent comes out when I'm really...
Let me hear the Southern accent. Do you have one?
It's like, oh my God, I cannot believe I am so angry right now. I can't handle it.
Okay, good. Okay, got it. And the Belgium accent?
Belgian comes out very, very rarely, typically when I've been dreaming in French. So like after I talk to my mom.
Do you really dream in French?
Sometimes if I've been
weird. That's
speaking
so funny.
a lot of French, I do dream in French. Yeah, it depends.
I wonder if that happens with other people who are like, who multilingual.
Oh,
they dream in different languages. That's weird. I wonder what that means. I
was stumped.
You know what? I think that's like if I was like Freud, I would say like, when you're dreaming in, French, you spoke that from birth to 10. You're really thinking about childhood or something maybe.
Ooh,
yes,
that's
if I was Freud, that's what I would think. I don't know.
That's a solid unpacking.
I would be a very good psychiatrist. Trust me. All right, I'm as nutty as a psychiatrist, and I'm good at this stuff. To all the psychiatrists out there, by the way, I'm not picking on you, but I've never met a normal psychiatrist yet. They're nuttier than their patients generally. Many times, not always. Some are normal, I guess.
I would say most of the time they are definitely.
Yes, very nutty. But I love them anyway. Yeah. What?
To be able to listen to someone's problems all day long and handle their worst part of their lives, you've got to be a little crazy.
Yes.
You can't be totally
crazy. It's like coming on a live show for 2 hours and trying to listen to everybody's problems and solving them all in 30 seconds. You got to be a little nutty.
You got to be a little
nutty.
Yeah,
a little off. All right, let's go answer immigration questions.
Okay, we've got Sharon who wants to know, can a grandmother who has legal guardianship over a 1-year-old child with cerebral palsy file for a green card for herself because she as the child's caregiver?
No.
Queen of my castle wants to know, if you have a 2-year green card and was denied your 10-year, and then you get a letter saying you are going home, what can you do?
You're not going home. You're going to see a judge in deportation. you have to go and fight that out before a judge and prove it's a real marriage. Get a good lawyer. What you should be doing is getting a good lawyer. When you get the conditions removed, you have 2 bites at the apple. Okay? 2 bites at the apple. You get a 2-year green card. You file with immigration to remove the conditions, get your permanent green card. You get that denied. They're not sending you a letter saying you're going home. They're sending you a letter saying you're going to a judge to deport you. And before the judge, you better have a good lawyer who says, wait, we want to renew this application, judge. We want to be able to prove it's a real marriage.
That makes sense. So we've got Hector, who has a really, really interesting question. Hector is writing a thesis related to the Adam Walsh Act.
Uh-oh.
And he's really curious about something.
Okay.
He says, if a person who was not convicted of a sexual offense but did have to register as an offender while they're on their probationary period, are they disqualified from sponsoring someone if, say, 20 or more years have passed since the offense?
If you are not convicted and you are not on the sexual predator list, I would say the Adam. Now this is a very technical question, but I would argue the Adam Walsh waiver does not apply.
So what if the person was not convicted but is on a registry?
Then the Adam Walsh waiver applies.
Applies.
How would you be on the registry and not be convicted? That makes no sense. I've never heard of a situation. Maybe maybe there is, but I've never heard of a situation where you would be found innocent of all crimes, but be on the sexual predator list or registry list or whatever you would call it.
Right.
I don't think that would be. You were either found guilty or you're not. If you're not guilty, you don't go on any list. To me, it would be a violation of your rights.
And that's actually exactly what he was saying, was like, it seems unconstitutional that if someone has to register but they weren't convicted, they're still being...
Now, I think maybe there's in certain states, like, for example, Texas, okay? I've not seen it in terms of sexual abuse cases, but I've seen it in drug cases where, like, say, for example, Texas, you're found guilty, you go on probation for, like, a 10-year period. And at the end of the 10-year period, as long as you were a good person, they will then go back and vacate the conviction.
Oh.
Okay, so now you're not guilty 10 years later, but you were during that period of time. For immigration, that is a conviction. You would need an Adam Walsh waiver in that type of situation. It is still a conviction.
Even though it was vacated?
Yes, because it wasn't vacated because your rights were violated. It was vacated because you were a good person.
Gotcha. Wow, I had no idea.
So the answer would be, I'm guessing now. I'm trying to guess what he's, one of those situations where you're guilty, and then if you're a good person for 10 years, they'll go back and vacate that conviction. But you were still guilty for that 10-year period, because that is a statute that is not that's based on having good moral character for 10 years. But for that 10-year period, you were guilty. Then you need an Adam Walsh waiver.
Oh, wow. So Anne Marie wants to know, would you advise someone that's out of status to travel from New York to Florida by plane?
Would I advise you? No, I wouldn't advise you to do anything out of status by plane. Now, would I tell you, if you are going to fly out of status by plane, take a train or a bus, what is the safest? Airplane. In terms of believe it or not, air travel is the safest. But more importantly, for immigration, it's least likely to be stopped by local town officials. TSA is not going to bother you. Most likely wouldn't bother you.
Oh, wow.
Now, there may be a day when TSA starts bothering you and starts being...
When that's different.
Yes.
I heard, and I have no idea if this is fake news or not, but I did hear that there were certain forms of AI software that are being developed right now.
You saw that in. That's for tomorrow. Don't spill the beans on that one.
Ooh, sorry.
By the way, we have 182 people watching. If anybody is interested right now, I would like to see that number reach 200 at least for today. 200 consecutive people. That would make Belgium Kim feel good. So please, everybody, share with your friends and family. Let them know that we are answering immigration questions. We no longer call this the rapid fire round because we don't like to use gun references anymore. But we are going to answer your social media questions as fast as possible round. That's what we're going to call it. All right, let's
That's a mouthful. I feel like we can come up with something better,
this
Brad.
is it. Your social media questions as fast as we can do it.
Westfield says, if
Yeah.
you married 1 year ago but then left the U.S. and come back, how long do you need to wait to file for your paperwork?
Well, how long were you in the United States? Were you out of status in the United States, or you just came, got married, and went home?
Well, Westfield did not tell me that.
As long as he didn't overstay his time, go file it now. It's fine.
Carla says, hey, Brad, welcome back. You were missed.
Thank you.
I
missed doing this show, by the way. I was all pumped to do it today.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
I really missed everyone.
Yes.
Carla wants to know, my question is that I filed for divorce in the Queen's Court in January. Do you have any idea how long it's going to take before I get my divorce decree?
Queen's Court, January? You're going to wait at least 6 months.
Oof.
Maybe 8.
Okay.
It's a while. Manhattan's the fastest, and I know Manhattan's 6 months, so you're going to wait more than 6 months.
So a Conby would like to know, if you married a green card holder and they're about to file for their citizenship in December, if she files for you, can you get work authorization or not until she gets her citizenship?
Not until she becomes a citizen. I love it. You always have a reaction like, yep, makes sense. Or you just shake your head.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to not react. Do you want me to stay deadpan to your answers?
Let's see that. Let's see how that looks if you just do deadpan and you have no reaction to anything I say.
Go straight at it, right? Okay.
No reaction.
Just like challenge of all time.
Just
for
like
me.
this. You can be like, right? Okay.
I got this.
Let's try. Can you go no reaction for 2 minutes? Let's see.
Okay, let's do.
All right, let's try.
Rosie says, I've got a question for a friend. He's from Guatemala and he had his green card for years but was arrested coming back from his country. Then they took his travel document and never got them back. What can he do?
He got arrested where?
He
got a travel document and got arrested while he was in his country on a travel document?
I believe it says that he was arrested coming back from his country, so it sounds like he was detained.
He was deported at the airport. The first thing to do is call a lawyer like myself. Let's get the records and see what the problem was. I don't know what to do until we see what the problem was. It's like you go to a doctor, you say, doctor, my heart's killing me. Am I having a heart attack? The doctor's like, well, I don't know. Let me take an x-ray first and we'll see. It's killing you. Okay, you can smile.
Oh, it's so hard.
I saw you. You were dying. You were dying. I saw that.
That was the hardest thing I've ever done.
Okay, continue. I can't do that to you anymore. Continue.
Ali Mommy would like to know, I recently went for my I-130 interview and I received an approval notice, but on the notice it stated that my priority date is on September 2018. I don't understand what that means. Please explain it to me.
You got an approval notice and it says September 2018?
Yes.
That's some type of graphical error because we're not in September 2018 yet.
Right. I think that's exactly why Ali Mommy is confused.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know why they would send you something that's dated 9 months in the future or 6 months in the future.
That's odd.
But immigration types in wrong stuff all the time.
Yep. Nora says, my daughter just got her work permit. How long before she gets an interview? You are her lawyer. Hey, that's not enough info though.
I don't know, but if I'm her lawyer, the best thing to do is to contact our office and we'll be happy to tell you. But assuming we filed an adjustment, and it's about 9 months for an adjustment in New York these days, and it takes about 4 months to get a work permit, my guesstimate, not knowing anything more about her case off the top of my head, is 5 months.
Tamika Nelson, the wonderful president of the Brad Squad fan club.
Not the president. There's lots of presidents. There's lots of co-presidents. There's lots of people who would argue who the president is. Okay, I would say there's lots of co-presidents. But continue.
That's true. That's a good point. Tamika says she's asking for a friend.
I can name 30 people who could be president, maybe more.
That's actually fair. I was literally just talking to
another president.
Carrie this to
another president. Yes.
So Tamika's asking for a friend. The friend and her child's father are currently in court for visitation of their son. The question is, when their son is in the care of her mom, is she allowed to go to work and leave him with his older brother, who's 17 years old, almost 18?
You're asking a family? Yeah, I mean, as everything is reasonable.
Awful Lobby says, can my brother, who is a U.S. citizen, file for me while I'm in the U.S. and currently out of status?
Well, I just want to say something back on that last one as I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You know, if it's a situation where you're concerned that you're going to lose custody of the child, you know, if I was the father and I said I wanted to get custody, I would be going into court screaming and yelling, this woman's not watching my child, she's being watched by a 17-year-old kid. You know, and then it's going to be what's in the best interest of the child, what's reasonable to do. It's on a case-by-case basis. So, you know, I can't tell you yes, no, you know.
That's fair. So Dio says, can I apply for U.S. citizenship if I have a DWI?
Depends when it was, where it was, and what your punishment was. DWI is a deportable offense. Driving under the influence is not. So if it's a DUI, it's different than a DWI, and it depends whether it happened in the last 5 years. But you have to be able to prove good moral character. You also have to show you're not a deportable person. So, you know, a lot more that we need to know.
A lot more to it, yeah. So Awful Lobby says, can my brother, who's a U.S. citizen, file for me while I'm in the U.S. and I'm out of status?
Can your brother, who's a U.S. citizen, file for you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, why not? By the way, Kim, I just want to do this because we're going to run out of time otherwise. Okay? So we have a bunch of people on hold. Let's do 2 or 3 more social media questions quickly.
Okay.
Well, one person just hung up. We have now 2 people on hold at 1-800-529-5465. And then we have a whole bunch of more things we got to get to. And then we're going to come back to you at the end of the show to finish up in one grand finale of social media questions.
Okay. I expect fireworks and everything.
Okay.
So Tina's got a 2-parter. Mm-hmm. She says, is it a good idea to travel with advance parole?
As long as you qualified for the advance parole and it's a legitimate document, why not?
Her follow-up is, my son and I are both on the filing. I'm waiting for my EAD card while my son is currently in Jamaica. He does have a U.S. visa. Do you think it'd be okay for me to have him come to the U.S. for summer holiday?
No. Because you've already shown an intent to get a green card, you could have a problem with the airport.
Right. Lisa says, if a form has an expiration date on the USCIS website, what should you do?
If that is the most recent form, use it. If, on the other hand, there's a more recent form, use that one. There should be everything on the USCIS website should be the most up-to-date form to use.
Form. Carrie Ann says, can someone outside of the U.S. do an affidavit of support?
As long as they're a citizen or a resident of the United States, yes. But if they're like a citizen of like Belgium and have no relationship to the United States, no. To do the affidavit of support, you have to be a citizen or permanent resident of the United States of America. There's sometimes U.S. citizens who are living in another country.
I'm going to squeeze in Julian's question. Mm-hmm. Julian says, what if you live in America with a green card, have 2 young children here, aged 11 and 6, but they have to go back to Jamaica when the papers come through to pick up their documents at the Jamaican embassy? What do you think about that? Could they pay a penalty to not have to go back? Advice.
Well, how did they come to the United States? If they came on visas, they get their green cards here. If they came without inspection, they would have to go home. They don't have a 10-year bar. They can't be held responsible for entering the country illegally as children, for any fraud or anything. But there's going to be questions, hey kid, how'd you get here? Because maybe somebody else will get in trouble. So before you send anybody home, before you do anything, come see a good lawyer. That's what I think about that. But I think it's fine as long as it's done right. So let's do this. Let's go to the questions online at 1-800-529-5465. Kim, we're going to see you back here in about 30 minutes or so to finish up all our social media questions. Let's go in the meantime to Jonathan in Orange County, California. Jonathan.
Hi, yes. My question is probably a little bit more complicated.
Okay.
I was arrested a while back. I went to prison for 2 felonies. I went in front of an immigration judge. The immigration judge gave me back my green card.
Great.
So I had it for 10 years. Just recently I had to reapply for it to update it. My question is, could they take it away from me now? No. I haven't done nothing.
No. Once you get a waiver from a judge, from the time of Adam and Eve, and by the way, somebody's typing is that you typing in the background? Who's typing in the background?
Not me.
Somebody's typing in the background, or is it just my imagination? Okay.
Not me.
Okay. All right. When you go to a judge, okay, you get a waiver from that judge from the time of Adam and Eve, which is the first people ever to walk the face of the earth, all the way up to the day the judge gave you that waiver. Every crime you've ever done from the beginning of time to that day, you are waived for life. Anything you do after that, different story. Okay? So as long as you're, go renew your green card, you have no problem.
Thank you so much. I've been bothering that. I've been waiting, and I'm like, thank you so much.
No.
Have a good day.
You're good. Thank you. All right. Made that guy's day. 1-800-529-54. This can't be right. Sam from the Bronx? Come on! Sam. Sam.
Yeah.
A different Sam. Okay, I thought this was a different Sam. Sam, I thought this was the groundhog that was going to come on. All right, Sam, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, God lawyer?
What's going on?
Yeah, everything's good. I just have two questions. I just want to ask you, what's the problem they can deny your citizenship?
Why can they deny your citizenship?
Yeah.
Oh, there's like 100 reasons why. Tell me what your situation is, and then I'll tell you if there's a problem.
No, I've never been in prison. I never do nothing bad, so...
All right, so you know how to read, write, and speak English?
Yeah, I do the text, I pass everything.
Okay, so let me ask you these questions, okay? And then I'll tell you whether you're eligible to become a citizen. You know how to read, all right, you understand the words coming out of my mouth? That was from
You said what?
I said, do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? You understand English? You never saw that movie with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker? Rush Hour?
No.
You never saw that movie? It was a great movie. Okay, so Jackie Chan's this, guy from China, and he's making pretend he doesn't speak any English, and Chris Tucker's yelling, "Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?" Like for the first 10 minutes of the movie, and then finally Jackie Chan says, "Yes, I understand English." So I was making a joke. So you understand English, right? So you know how to read and write English. You've had a green card for how long?
For 5 years, 7 years.
7 years. You pay your taxes every year?
Yeah.
You owe child support to anybody?
No.
Okay. And I asked you, you pay your taxes, right?
Yeah.
And you filed them. You're eligible. Okay. You're eligible to become a citizen. You should have no problem. Have you been out of the country for more than 6 months at any time?
No.
Okay. You're eligible to become a citizen. You have no problem. There's no reason to deny you.
There's no reason?
No reason that I'm aware of.
Okay. I have another question. Last year, my wife, she passed her citizenship. She naturalized, she have a citizenship now.
Mm-hmm.
So last time when I went to my citizenship, they put in my finger in the computer, and then I asked my wife, she said they don't put her finger in the computer.
I don't understand what you mean by put a finger in a computer.
Like
Why would anybody put a
fingerprint.
finger in a computer? You talking about taking a fingerprint? I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, taking a fingerprint.
Yeah. So what is the question?
Yeah, I want to know if it's normal because my wife told me she don't put her.
Yes, she did. Everybody does. Everybody has to take a fingerprint. So that's not true. Guarantee your wife took a fingerprint. Guaranteed.
No. In the office, in the examination lady took her finger. She put her right side one finger.
Okay, so they were checking. They were checking to see it was her. Hold on one second. Are you doing your citizenship now?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. If you need help, hold on one second. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Now I want to introduce everybody to somebody right now. You gotta meet this young attorney. She is a rock star. Like when I tell you rock star, I am telling you rock star with a capital R. She's our new head of our personal injury department, Brittany Russell. She is fabulous, and I'm not even going to tell you about her. I just want you to watch a few minutes, and then everyone's going to fall in love with her. Okay, watch. So I'm pleased to introduce Spar and Bernstein's newest personal injury attorney, Brittany Russell. Brittany was named recently in 2017 one of the top 40 attorneys under the age of 40. She is also the first woman to receive Fordham Law School's Trial Advocacy Award at her law school graduation. And Fordham University Law School has been around for almost 100 years, and you're the first woman to ever win the Trial Advocacy Award there. You've been an attorney for several years now. You just came to Spar and Bernstein, and you just, right before coming, you had won a multi-million-dollar verdict for a client in a construction accident case. Tell us about this verdict in this case.
All right, well, hi.
Hi.
Thanks for having me, and I'm happy to be here. In October of 2017, I tried a case on behalf of my client and his wife, the Northrups. Robert Northrup was his name, and he had mesothelioma. He was diagnosed at 59 years old with a rare cancer called mesothelioma, which is an incurable cancer and really an untreatable cancer.
And this was caused at a construction site.
It was caused at a construction site.
And you were able to prove that the people who own this construction site caused this cancer and caused his untimely death. Is that correct?
Right. Were you ever told to change your clothing before going into work at the reactor building?
No, I was never told that, no.
Were you ever told to wear gloves?
No.
How about shoe covers?
No.
Head covers?
A hard hat was the only requirement we had to wear.
How about
at all times?
I'm sorry, you said at all times.
At all times in the building.
And did you wear your hard hat?
Yes.
Were you ever told to wear something that covered your entire head?
Never.
On March 23rd, you testified that Dr. Flores told you that there was no cure and the cancer could come back. It could come back on the other side of your chest or in your abdomen. Were you worried that that was going to happen to you?
No, yeah. That's a daily worry.
Like once a day worry?
No, all day worry. Because his exact words were, he was being upfront and honest, and he said from the beginning, this could come back, and whatever numbers he used, 6 weeks, 2 months, but it could come back with a vengeance. And we all think normally that, he's saying what he has to say, and it probably does in some, and you pray that you're not one of those. Turns out I was, and it did come back with a vengeance. A huge vengeance.
Okay, so I don't think you've told the jury that yet. It's come back with a vengeance, and where is it?
Well, as of today, it's back in my left lung area where we had surgery, above my lung a little bit, left lung, moved to the inside of my right lung, moved to my abdomen and my liver.
Tell us a little bit about what we heard there and what this man went through.
Yeah, so he graduated from high school in 1976, and in 1977 he started working at the plant, and 40 years later, at age 59, he worked there for 3 years, and at age 59 he's diagnosed with an incurable cancer. And he was such a good man. He passed away just before Christmas, and he was such a good man with just a wonderful, beautiful wife and 2 wonderful daughters. And, everyone deserves a safe place to work.
They do. How do you determine who you sue, and then how do you go about proving the evidence in this case that this company caused this disease, which caused this man to suffer?
It's a good question, Brad.
Thank you.
So in my case, Mr. Northrup worked for a subcontractor. He worked at the Long Island Lighting Company's Shoreham nuclear power plant, which if you lived on Long Island, most people know that nuclear power plant because they spent years and years and billions of dollars building it. And so my client he was employed by the engineering sub. And in New York,
that built that plant.
One of the subcontractors that built that plant. Mm-hmm. And in New York, you can't sue your employer. You have to file for workers' comp. But at a construction site, New York labor law often allows you to sue other entities. And so in this particular case, we were able to sue the other subcontractor who was using the asbestos blankets to install pipes. And we were also able to sue the premises owner under New York labor law, which was Long Island Lighting Company, Lilco. And so we sued the other sub for negligence and the Long Island Lighting Company under the New York labor law.
And how did you go about proving that these companies had installed materials that ultimately had asbestos that ultimately caused this man's cancer?
So we had to do a document review. And I actually went to the nuclear power plant with a team of people and looked at a whole bunch of old documents. And we found memos to indicate that they were using pure asbestos blankets.
And they were aware of it.
They knew it. They did not tell anybody else they were using it, but they knew they were using it, and they failed to take safety precautions to make the workplace safe, which they have to.
And can I ask, are we allowed to ask, what was that verdict that you got?
Yes,
Yeah.
the verdict was $13.61 million.
$13.61 million.
And it's actually an interesting story because I tried the case for a month. We began October 2nd, we finished October 31st, and the jury was out for about 20 minutes. And then they came back, which is a very short amount of time, particularly for a case that lasted that long. And they came back with a note for the judge asking for a calculator.
Wow.
And when
the jury's asking for a calculator, that's when you know you won, right?
That's pretty much when you know you won. So what ultimately happened is as the jury arrived at their verdict, which a jury comes to a verdict by filling out a form called the verdict sheet. And when they filled out their verdict sheet, they announced to the court that they had their verdict sheet and were ready to report their verdict. And right after that, so the verdict was marked as a public record, and right after that, the case actually settled.
Because they got scared, God knows what the jury would have come back with.
And we know it would have been $13.61 million.
Wow, it's an amazing, amazing job. And now I know a lot of the armchair attorneys out there are asking, wait a second, if this happened 40 years ago, I know you can't bring a lawsuit for a car accident that happened 40 years ago. How are you able to bring a lawsuit for this that happened 40 years ago, but not a car accident?
So that is a good question also. And for all the armchair attorneys there, you need to look at the CPLR where it talks about statutes of limitations. In a car accident case, you have 3 years from your accident from the accident to file a lawsuit in the state of New York.
Correct.
There's other examples, unless you're filing against the city, and then it's even shorter.
It's a year and 90 days.
So, however, with a case involving asbestos, that's a toxic tort case. And the law is different for cases like that because people who are exposed to asbestos don't get sick at the time they're exposed. If I sneeze on you right now, you won't get sick right now. You may get sick in a couple days.
Correct.
I won't sneeze on you, don't worry.
Please don't.
The time period between exposure and sickness for asbestos is a lot longer than
decades.
A couple days like a cold. It's decades. It's actually, the average is 30 years. So the law accounts for that. And the 3-year clock begins to run at the discovery of your disease. So when you're diagnosed with an asbestos-related disease, you have 3 years from the time of your diagnosis to file suit.
And when, generally speaking, if you get diagnosed with an asbestos disease, it's because you were somewhere exposed to asbestos. You wouldn't just be. It's not like heart disease. It's not like diabetes where it's just something that you're born with. This is an exposure, something that's exposed to you, and that would be the only reason you would get it.
That is true of mesothelioma. Mesothelioma is a rare cancer and it is only caused by exposure to asbestos. So if you're diagnosed with mesothelioma, the question really becomes where were you exposed and not whether you were exposed. Asbestos can also cause other types of cancers like lung cancer, for example. And there are multiple causes of lung cancer, as we all know, like smoking. But if you're diagnosed with lung cancer and you were exposed to asbestos, that could also be a cause. But with mesothelioma, absolutely, it's the only cause.
Well, it's very sad what happened to your client, Robert, but it was a fantastic job from a legal standpoint, getting him and his family a verdict of over $13 million. If you are injured on a construction site, if you feel that you have been exposed to any asbestos-related material, if you work on a construction site, have our number saved. You never know when you're going to need really good lawyers who've proven it time and time again. Have our number. It's 1-800-529-5465 for all construction accident cases, asbestos-related cases, all negligence and personal injury cases. Brittany, fabulous job. Thanks for having us. Welcome to Spar and Bernstein. We're looking forward to some fantastic results.
Thank you, and I'm so excited to be here.
On October 31st, 2017, a jury in Suffolk County, New York, returned a verdict of $13,610,000 on behalf of Robert Northrup for the horrific injuries he suffered in a construction accident. The attorney of record was Brittany Russell. To contact Brittany Russell for any accidents involving construction, automobiles, and asbestos, call the law offices of Spar and Bernstein at 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. All right, there we have it. Great job, Brittany. Probably one of the largest verdicts from last year in the entire state of New York. And, you know, in 100 years in Fordham Law School, you know, like they're like number 1 prizes, you know, like top trial attorney, you know, the person who, you know, they think is going to end up being I don't know, you know, the best attorney since whoever anyone considers the best attorney, was always men. The man always won top, you know, this award. I forgot what they call it. She has it. She'll tell me again. But they always won this award for best, you know, who they think has the prospects of being the best trial attorney to come out of Fordham Law School, which is, by the way, one of the top 20 or 30 law schools in the entire United States of America. And always won by men. First woman in 100 years to win the award, Brittany Russell, right here at Spar and Bernstein. So congratulations to Brittany. And the telephone number to call right now to get your immigration questions answered is 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. Carla in Chicago, Illinois. Carla.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's very cold, so I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Okay. I'm warm inside. Are you inside or you're outside?
No. I'm outside.
Okay, all right. So let's go quickly then, because you want to get back in.
Okay.
All right.
So I came to the country in 1997. I came legally. So I lost my I-94. I paid an attorney to try to have it replaced last December 2016. So it's been from December until it's been about a year.
You did an I-102? Is that what you did?
Yes. I need to have it replaced.
Right. Do you have the let me ask you a question. Do you have the passport that you came in on?
No, I lost the passport
lost that as well.
Unfortunately, it was stolen when I was in the process of moving.
Right.
I got my passport replaced, but like I said, I paid in 2016 in December. It was December 10th to be exact. So it's been a year and 3 months. Unfortunately, I cannot locate the attorney that I paid the fee to, that I hired.
So you have no idea what happened to this?
You know, she's around. It's just that she never answers her email. She never answers her phone.
The kind of attorney doesn't answer your phones. All right. So you're in Chicago. I'm in New York. This is what we do. Stay on hold. Okay. I know it's cold. Okay. Okay. And make an appointment, and we'll get you the replacement I-94. Don't worry.
Thank you.
You always know where to find me. You want to know why? Because I'm live every day, 5:30 to 7:30. You know exactly where to find me.
I have you on Facebook.
Thank you. Hold on.
I have you on Facebook.
Yeah, you always know where I am. Right here on Facebook, 5:30 to 7:30. Hold on. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Let's see. I have a whole thing here of, let's see the show. Welcome host chat headlines. Did that. Message on International Women's Day. Please remember to wish everybody happy International Women's Day. Did that. Take viewer calls. Answer them fast. Did that, but I did not answer fast. Speak to Kimmy Kim from Belgium. We did that. Speak to Brittany about her construction accident win and the $13.6 million that we did that. Speak to this woman from Chicago about her I-94. We did that. Oh, go back to Brittany Russell again. Yep, this is the point in the show. We go back to Brittany Russell again because we only had one telephone call. Brittany, we sent her out. She's awesome, by the way. We sent her out onto the streets the other day to ask construction workers, real construction workers on real construction sites if they knew what their rights were on construction sites. Let's see if construction workers, real construction workers, knew what their rights were on a construction site. Let's watch.
This is Kim Moore, and we are back on the streets of downtown New York asking questions about construction worker safety. Let's find out how much they know. What should you do if you get injured on the job?
I would definitely go to the hospital. And then after that, I guess, I don't know, take some sick days off.
Well, if I get hurt on the job, I'll inform my supervisor.
I inform my site safety, first thing.
What should I do if I've been injured on the job? Report it immediately to somebody near me.
Report to the safety guy.
and let them know that you are injured and when it happened, how it happened, and the time it happened.
I'm supposed to contact safety, and then emergency units will respond.
It's basically letting the site safety know, and if it's dealing with the concrete, let the concrete safety know.
If you are injured on the job, you should seek immediate medical attention. Call 911. If it's safe to stay where you are, stay there. Let an ambulance come and let the police come to document exactly where and when this accident happened. If your coworkers offer to drive you to the hospital, say thanks, but no thanks. If your boss offers to drive you to the hospital, say no. Take the ambulance to the hospital, let them document what happened, and let them give you immediate medical attention. If possible, take photos of where this accident happened. Work sites are always changing, so it's best if you can to document exactly where you were and what the job site looked like when you got hurt.
Who do you tell if you get hurt on the job?
Sounds kind of like the last answer, those person next to me. Immediately.
First person that's close to you, your foreman or whoever's around.
The person I tell my field supervisor.
Obviously my company, who I'm working for, and my loved ones.
First of all, you gotta tell your foreman. He's the one that is in charge, so you gotta tell your foreman first, next, and then from there he takes it on.
911.
If you're injured on the job, you should tell a supervisor. However, you should not make a detailed statement to the supervisor about exactly how you were injured. Site supervisor and the safety supervisor, they work for the company. They are not your friend in this situation, and they're not looking out for your best interests. Don't make any detailed statements to them until you talk to a lawyer.
What forms should you fill out immediately after you've been hurt?
I have no idea.
Immediately after I got hurt, I definitely don't know what forms I need to fill out. So,
got a guess?
It's the safety forms. It's like it's about what happened, what time it occurred. Like I said, what time it occurred, the day, all the extra stuff. Yeah, that's it.
I think a workers' compact.
I never been hurt at a job, so I really don't know.
Yeah, insurance forms for my. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
There aren't any forms that you need to fill out immediately after an accident. There may be forms that you ultimately have to fill out, but you shouldn't fill out any forms until you talk to a lawyer. Let a lawyer help you with that.
Are you allowed to sue your employer if you get hurt?
Well, depending on what type of injury you have and how it went down, you could.
Can I sue my employer if I get hurt on a job? Tough here. I'll sue whoever I need to sue.
You could sue whoever he's insured by, but you can't sue your employer. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if it's true or not.
Some employers don't allow you to do that, to sue, because maybe they don't have like insurance and stuff like that. They probably don't want to pay.
I mean, to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure that we have the right to sue our employer.
Well, that's all to the lawyer. I would hope so.
If I get hurt on the job, I don't think I would sue my employer, but hey, you never know, right? You never know what could happen. If it's definitely something that is their fault, I think I would consider it.
Well, I'm suing.
No, you cannot sue your employer. And you can't sue their insurance company either, actually. In New York, you are not allowed to sue your employer because of workers' compensation. However, on a construction site, there may be somebody else who's responsible for your injuries. Could be a subcontractor or a general contractor or a premises owner. And against them, you can file a lawsuit. If you're injured at a work site, or if you're injured as the result of any other accident, call us at Spar Bernstein. We're here to help you.
All right, so if you are injured in an accident, God forbid, or you're injured in an automobile accident, God forbid, or God forbid you're hurt in any way, shape, or form, please have our number ready to call. The best way to have our number is you dial it, you hang up, you have that number saved in your phone, and God forbid, you get into an accident, you know exactly who to call and what to do. And that telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Like the dumbest thing in the world to do is like, I'm never going to get into an accident. Then you get into an accident and you're seriously hurt. you're not thinking properly. You know, maybe you're in pain. Maybe you're on painkillers. You know, there's a lot of people talking in your ear. You're not fully cognizant of everything you're doing. And a lot of times people just go hire whoever the hell, you know, shows up at their doorstep, which is ambulance chasing. The smartest thing in the world to do is when everything is calm, everything is cool, you have no issues, that's when you decide, God forbid, I get arrested. God forbid, I get hurt in an accident. God forbid, immigration comes, knocks on my door, whatever it may be. I have a number saved in my phone. I know who I need to call. Okay? You make those decisions ahead of time. Be prepared. A prepared person is a successful person. So that's what we're telling everybody. Be prepared. If you think we're the firm, save our number. Dial it and hang up. If you don't think we're the firm, then don't bother. But if you think we're the law firm, then you dial the number and hang up. And the number is the same number to call to get on our show, which is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. By the way, Brittany Russell, just want to make it clear, she was the first woman to receive Fordham Law School's Trial Advocacy Award at her law school graduation, meaning that, you know, whoever they think is like their supreme number one trial advocate who is graduating from Fordham Law School. Never before, ever in the history of Fordham Law School did it ever go to a woman. Brittany Russell is the first person. 1-800-529-5465. Save that number. The best way to do it is you dial it. 1-800-529-5465. You say, you hear Fiona say, hi, Spar and Bernstein, I can help you. Click, hang up. Now you got saved for life. 1-800-529-5465. We're also opening up our lines right now if you have immigration questions. 1-800-529-5465. And also in a few minutes, we're going to get back to Kim from Belgium, from North Carolina, and now currently living in Harlem, New York, to have the rest of your immigration questions asked and answered. But right now, we're taking your calls at 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Chris. Who is this? Christella? Christella in Orange County, California. Christella.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
What's happening?
I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Please, I have a sister in the United States, so she's a U.S. citizen. I don't know if she can file for me while I'm in the U.S. and while I'm out of status.
The answer is yes, she can file for you, and she should if that's all you've got going for you. The downside is you're going to wait. The downside is you're going to wait over a decade for a green card, but that doesn't mean she shouldn't do it, because just because your sister files for you doesn't mean you can't take advantage of some other laws that come down the line. Maybe you fall in love down the line. Who knows? But do something rather than nothing. Okay. The other issue, you don't know, which will be, is what will the laws be 10 years from today? Will you be able to get your green card in America? Will you have to go home? If you go home, will you be able to come back? We have no idea. I'm not a fortune teller. All I can tell you is to answer your question. Should I have my sister file for me if I'm out of status, or should I do nothing? The answer to that question all the time is let your sister file for you. It's going to be a long wait. That doesn't mean that's solving your immigration problem, but at least you're trying to, okay? And that doesn't mean, and then, you know, I've heard people say, and I'm going to let you comment in a second, and I've heard people say, well, I don't want my sister to file for me. I don't want my brother to file for me because it's going to take too long, okay? But what they're not thinking is this. Yes, it's going to take long, and most likely you'll get your green card some other way, but it's better to do that than nothing. And just because your sister or brother files for you doesn't mean you can't have a second, third, or fourth immigration case that'll go faster down the line or simultaneously.
Okay. So does it mean I have to go back to my country, or can I stay in the USA while she files for me?
Well, the fact that your sister files for you doesn't make you legal to stay in the United States. It doesn't change your status. You're still out of status. Okay? It doesn't make you less deportable. It doesn't do anything for you other than it puts you on a waiting list for a green card well down the line. What will happen, I don't know, but it's still better than nothing. But it doesn't make you legal.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. Alice in Houston, Texas. Allison,
yes.
Excuse me.
Good evening, sir. I came to the United States in 2016 and got married. However, he didn't file no paperwork for me. For one, when I was about to file the paperwork, he found out that one of his divorce came back inconclusive. However, he finalized that divorce. Are we legally married?
No.
Or do we have to remarry?
You got to remarry because it's a void marriage. can't be married to two women at the same time. So
Even though he finalized the divorce?
Yes, because what happened first was he married you, okay, and then got divorced, whether it was a week later or a month later. At some point, he was not free to marry you. So you have to remarry again. Your first marriage, you are considered not married.
Okay, and under what circumstances? Okay, because I'm not breaking any law or anything.
No.
But during the time that we were living together, he was abusive, and I had to move out and leave him. Now he's threatened because I left.
Okay, so now let me tell you this. Okay, if you are in an abusive marriage, and you are in a bigamist marriage, meaning your husband was married to more than one person, but you believed at the time of marriage that it was not a bigamist marriage, which is what basically you're telling me. You are still...
That was what he told me, because I was following what he said.
You follow what he's telling you, then you are still free to file a VAWA application, an abuse case. So you can still do it.
Okay.
All right, so we can help you. So the point is, hold on. So to answer your question, if it was your husband who was going to file for you, you would need to remarry. If there was abuse while you were in a bigamist marriage, meaning your husband wasn't free to marry you because he was married to someone else, but you truly believed in your heart that he was free to marry you because that's what he told you, and then there was abuse, you still can file an abuse case.
Okay, sir.
So hold on one second. We can help. 1-800-529-5465. Doreen in South Jersey, New Jersey.
Hello.
How are you?
Yes. I am doing great, Brad.
What's going on?
I am called in on the behalf of somebody.
Mm-hmm.
This person filed for citizenship, right? He went in 2 times, and I guess he forgot some papers, and they said that they would send out appointment day in the mail.
Right.
Over a month now, when he called back, they said that they mailed it out, and he keep calling. Just after last week, they told him that he should have received that letter already.
Mm-hmm. So he was supposed to get a letter in the mail when? When was it supposedly mailed out?
I think it mailed out over a month.
And he hasn't gotten anything? What was in that letter? What was he expecting in that letter?
It was an appointment date.
Okay. So then he needs to go down to immigration and find out when that appointment date is. Where is he? And is this appointment supposed to be where?
Well, I'm not sure exactly, but what I'm saying, Brad, is that he went in 2 times already. He do his fingerprint. That is to my understanding.
Okay.
He went in and he do the question. You know, they give you that question, whatever they ask you, and he done all of that, but he didn't take in some papers, and they give him a next appointment date. But anyway, as I'm saying, that
Doreen, this is what I understand so far. Not a lot. Okay. So I understand he had an appointment. Okay. He showed up. They asked him some things. He was missing documents. And he was supposed to get a letter saying, and he brought in those documents, and then they mailed him a letter, and he didn't get it. And it's basically he doesn't know what the hell's going on. Okay? So what you do at that point is, and when you come into that situation where you're like, my head is spinning in circles, I don't know what the hell's going on, now is the time to come see Brad or one of my attorneys here and let us get in touch with immigration and find out what's going on and straighten out this mess. Because it sounds messy.
I already make an appointment for him for Saturday.
Perfect. Hold on one second, okay? Great. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Kimmy Kim and finish up our social media questions. Kimmy Kim. Hello! How come whenever I do that, I'm always looking this way? I'm always going, hello! I got to look this way. Hello! Or, hello! All right.
Weird.
All right. That's so weird, isn't it? All right. Let's go answer questions because we only have about 8 minutes to go.
We will fly through them.
Fly,
my pretties.
Fly.
Dane says, if you get arrested for a misdemeanor but weren't convicted, and you have to renew your green card, is that going to prevent you from renewing your green card?
If you were arrested for a misdemeanor but not convicted, then you have no criminal record. You can renew your green card.
Kanbi says, if someone got her green card through asylum in August of 2014, when would she be able to file for her citizenship?
5 years later, 2019.
We've got Carrie Ann who says, my friend's husband can't find his citizenship certificate, but he does have a U.S. passport. Can he use his U.S. passport as proof that he's a citizen when she files for her adjustment?
Yes.
Beverly says, how much is the fee for an adjustment of status?
$1,765, including the I-130, $1,225 without the I-130.
We've got Kazmita, who said, when you file your paperwork for your green card, how long is it going to take to hear back from immigration, whether to know that they accepted it or not?
A few weeks.
Queen Bee says, how long does a divorce take, and how long do you have to wait for a divorce if you're married to a green card holder?
Divorce take, I mean, if talking about an uncontested divorce, assuming nobody's fighting over anything and everybody signs and you just submit it. In Manhattan, it's about 6 months. I mean, you could go upstate New York and Rensselaer County, it's, a couple weeks. Bronx is over a year. I don't know what a divorce takes in California or Texas or Florida. I can only answer for New York.
Indigo says, if an American marries a Ugandan in Uganda and becomes pregnant, is it possible that the Ugandan would be denied to become a U.S. citizen with his wife and unborn child?
1 second. Who got pregnant? The American citizen or the Ugandan? I'm confused.
I believe.
Who's pregnant here?
The American citizen, the U.S. citizen.
The U.S. citizen is pregnant.
Is pregnant.
Okay. That child, if the child's born in America, is an automatic U.S. citizen. If the child's born in Uganda, as long as the U.S. citizen mother lived in the United States for 10 years prior to the birth, is also a U.S. citizen. At
10 years at any point in her life?
Over the age of 14. Okay. As far as the father's concerned, just because he has a child with a U.S. citizen doesn't make you automatically eligible to get a green card. You have to be married and be otherwise eligible, no criminal records, and you have to go through a whole background check and everything too. And then you would get a green card. You wouldn't get citizenship right away. Did I answer the question? I think so.
You did indeed. Okay. You did indeed.
I did indeed.
See, this is what happens when I don't validate the answer.
That's right. I didn't know what. Right. You just.
Wait.
What? Huh? Right. There was like no reaction. I didn't know if you were like confused. You didn't understand. See, I look to you because I don't know. Whatever his name is, the guy in Uganda. I don't know if he understands me. I'm looking at you. You're like the body double for the guy in Uganda. Like if you say yes, I get it. That means I assume the guy in Uganda got it too.
Exactly. I have to be both the Facebook interpreter and the lawyer.
And by the
interpreter.
way, I believe the country's called Uganda.
Yes.
There's no such place as Uganda.
No, it's Uganda.
It's Uganda. Right.
Right. Uganda has Uganda.
Right. Uganda does not exist.
Correct.
Okay.
Much like Wakanda, Uganda is in the same.
Much like Jeff Bossie, there's really no such person as Jeff Bossie. He doesn't exist. He has a completely different name. All right.
Pearl would like to know, how long does it take for an I-130 to get approved?
About 6-9 months.
Marge says, how long does a divorce take in New Jersey?
I don't know. I think it's 4-6 months, somewhere in there. It's Megan Buckwalter questions, but I believe it's in that range.
Yeah. By the way, Indigo said, yep, you answered it.
Good.
So, Ugandan wife is the American citizen, the happy gal. Louis says, how much should someone be earning to be able to sponsor someone else? And for a co-sponsor, how much should both persons be earning?
It depends on how many dependents on the tax returns. So it starts at $20,000 to sponsor one person as a single human being. Now you start add many dependents on your tax returns, add like 30, it's like $3,700 for your sake. Add $4,000 for every person who's a dependent on your tax return. But it's a little less.
Lisa says, if you got your 2-year green card in 2012 and since then you've been getting 1-year extensions, what should you do?
So you're filing to remove the conditions and you've been getting 1-year extensions for the last 5 years. I think now's the time to call Brad.
There is something
is amiss. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
We gonna use a miss at the same time.
Correct. Jinx. Okay.
I don't do
now you
Pepsi,
now you
but
can't talk. If I jinx you, you're not allowed to talk now. So then I don't know how we're gonna finish. We're gonna just end the show. I'll unjinx you then. You ever do that when you were a kid? Jinx, you can't talk now. All right.
Thank you. Appreciate the unjinx.
Yes, I unjinxed you. Okay, continue.
Dwight says, October is going to be the 5-year mark since I've had my 2-year green card, and I didn't get my 10-year yet. Should I wait and apply for my citizenship in October?
If you want to, but it's been 3 years. Your conditions removed has been 3 years already. Come see me again. If it's taking over 2 years to remove the conditions, that's when it's time to get a lawyer involved.
Allison says, I got married in 2016. However, he found out one of his divorces was inconclusive, but finalized it in June.
We answered that question. They called online. I spoke to Allison. She was from Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas,
She was
indeed.
not. So the answer was because she was in an abusive relationship, and as long as she believed she was in a real marriage, despite the fact that it was bigamous, she's still entitled to file a VAWA application.
And I'm glad she called in because she
Yes.
did not give us all the details that she was able to give.
Yes.
So I'm glad she called in. Pop says, my wife filed for me and they asked me a request for evidence, which my lawyer says that he couldn't see. So he asked me for it and he sent them a letter telling them that he can't find any more evidence. When I got off from work, I received a letter saying that my case has been denied.
Shocking.
What can I do?
Yeah, if you don't have evidence, you can't get your case approved.
Right.
Okay, because it's your burden to prove your case. It's not immigration's burden. I don't know what evidence was missing. You couldn't find evidence. This is like a consultation issue. I don't even know what the case is about. Missing
Stanford
evidence
says-
is like, I need a lawyer.
Big deal, right?
Yeah.
Especially if
Yeah.
your other lawyer was like, oh, it's fine. We'll just send them a lawyer that says you don't have that piece of
Yeah.
evidence.
No evidence,
That just-
sorry.
No, sorry. You get
Right.
what you get.
Yes.
Not
it's
exactly
like I want to convict you for, robbing a bank. We have a video of him. We have no evidence of him robbing the bank. Zero evidence of him robbing the bank. Case dismissed. I mean, you need evidence to get. It's the same thing. Works on both sides.
That was a foreseeable problem they
Yes.
were going to have.
Yes.
So Stanford wants to know, if I'm married and I found my papers, got my receipt, can I travel to Las Vegas?
Yes. Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas. And our final question
Yes.
is from Laura. And Laura says, why do so many people get legal status here without having to go back to their home country if they entered the U.S. without inspection?
I don't know that a lot of people are able to do that. There's few people who are able to do that if they had a case filed under 245I, which means that they were able to pay a penalty fee. But those cases go back from prior to 2001, or they were a derivative beneficiary on cases filed before 2001, or they're married to someone in the military. Short of that, if you entered without inspection, you're not getting a green card here. So I don't know, there's a lot of people, there are people who fall into those situations, but I wouldn't call it a lot.
And we are all the way through our social media check-in where we answer questions super fast.
And the funniest comment of the day was from who, Kim? Because I didn't get to read all the comments.
The funniest
comment of the day. I'm putting you on the spot.
On the spot, you are.
Funny comment of the day. We're going to start that at the end of the show. I'm just letting you know it's our new segment. Funny comment of the day is from.
It's from, unsurprisingly, it is from Jeff Bosey.
Jeff Bosey. And what did he have to say? What was his funny comment?
Jeff Bosey's a comedian.
I have a feeling he's going to win this many times, but what did he have to say?
So within the comments, there are a ton of friendships that have been formed and just people who are who have gotten close through the comments. Mm-hmm. And one of Jeff's favorite people is Marge. Uh-huh. Now, Marge is, according to her, a little bit older.
Uh-huh. How old is Marge? Because I'm going to tell you something. I've seen Jeff. He ain't a young chicken. So Marge is obviously maybe in the retired part.
She is somewhere in that category.
Right,
we are classic. So so Jeff was asking throughout the beginning of the show, where is my elderly Marge? Is she like caught up in an AARP conference or something like that? Right. And then when she joined, he was like, there's my favorite grandma. And everybody went absolutely nuts in the comments. I think it was the thing that got the biggest applause of the day.
All right. Is this Marge Higgs?
Marge Higgs.
Marge Higgs. Marge Higgs, we're glad you're here. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. We'll be back live tomorrow, 5:30. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.